What is up, you guys, and welcome to the Chosen League podcast, where fire sports content is the name of the game. I'm your host, Devin. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. Watch this episode all the way to the end because I don't want you guys missing out what I have in store for you today. So the New York Giants have finally came out and expressed their true feelings on how they really feel about Shedeur Sanders, and it all boils down to the thought process, the choices. So this is the reason why the Giants didn't draft Shedeur. So here it reads: positive press on Colorado Buffaloes football legend Shedeur Sanders finally appeared after his infamous slide to the Cleveland Browns in the fifth round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Apparently, apparently, the Giants were interested in taking the grown QB in the event Jackson Dart wasn't on the board. What we talked about pre-draft, Tom, was for the Giants, as they were debating to take a quarterback at 3, thought it was maybe Shedeur Sanders. I do believe, had Dart not been there for the Giants, trading up for Shedeur Sanders was very much a possibility, something they were absolutely thinking about. So this is what I'm talking about right here. Now we want to say if it Jackson Dart wasn't on the board, they would have took him. And then also they're saying here is okay, he was somebody we were interested in taking, but if it wasn't for Jackson Dart being on the board, we would have got him. Or if we would have traded up for him, oh, we would have got him. I feel like these are excuses to me, but question for discussion before I even go more in depth. Did the Giants make a mistake not drafting Shedeur? Honestly, time will tell, but we know his talent, what he's able to do on the field, and I do believe they're regretting it right now because you basically got an Eli Manning 2.0. Look at what the Giants franchise did. They went and got Eli Manning. Where did he come from? Ole Miss. Jackson Dart, Ole Miss. The only difference here is Jackson Dart is a dual threat quarterback. Eli always stayed in the pocket. So then we also know about Brian DeBoles, what he had to say about Shedeur in the pre-draft. Brian DeBoles' meeting with Shedeur Sanders was reportedly a disaster. He said it was a disaster. If what was reported that on that is true, there's not a chance New York had Coach Prime's youngest son on the board. When asked to explain it, Sanders didn't take blame, Breer stated. And as they dove deeper into it and how it might relate to the NFL level, Sanders simply concluded that maybe he and the staff he was talking to might not be a match. In another meeting, Sanders failed to identify the mistakes intentionally placed in an install that he was supposed to study beforehand. After he was called out on it, the resulting exchange wasn't pretty. Of course, it wasn't pretty because whatever you're trying to, first of all, even like if you check out my last episode, how Cam Newton was saying that he needed to be humble because he came in with the mindset of a defensive back. The problem here is they don't like the fact that Shedeur Sanders himself believes in himself, knows his worth, and he is confident in his abilities. So now they got to create this narrative of okay, to not make ourselves look bad as a franchise organization, we got to nitpick and say these little things, but to make him look bad. But at the same time, you basically regret not drafting him. Y'all could have traded up for him or took him in the third with the in the as a with the third pick. Y'all could have got drafted Shedeur, but y'all chose not to. So now Shedeur has his thoughts on it, and here, he says he didn't catch them and got called on it. He was pissed that they did that to him. And so for the Giants to say Brian DeBoles to say that he wasn't prepared, well, here we go. Shador's college offensive coordinator came out and spoke, Michael Pollock. Regardless of all those reports, Sanders' former coordinator Michael Pollock took to X, Twitter, with a strong message in support of the former Colorado Buffalo star. Here it reads, I was the first offensive coordinator that Shedeur Sanders had in college, and I have been with him throughout his college career. He has had multiple offensive coordinators in college and has never had a problem learning a new system, being prepared, and executing at a high level. Stop the lies. Pollock was at Jackson State as an assistant coach under Deion Sanders before coming to Colorado with him, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, and plenty of others. Pollock has since been a qualified control analyst and is now the special teams coordinator, so he has played many roles under Deion Sanders. This is all it is. We're trying to make Shedeur look bad. First of all, you guys nitpick. Y'all picked pieces. Y'all found pieces y'all want to nitpick on, and then want to come out and say, "Oh, he wasn't really, he wasn't prepared." The proof is in the pudding. His offensive coordinator is telling you right now he has no problem adapting to a new culture, adapting to a new environment. When are they ever going to learn? And it's going to really hit them. It's really going to hit the Giants when Shedeur starts to blossom and prove the people wrong. When he starts to do what's required of him. Shedeur is an accurate passer. He's one of the best accurate passers. He like I said in my other episode when he got drafted, he has shades of Tom Brady. I'm in the pocket. People fail to realize watching his highlights, watching what he does, when the pocket is collapsing, he still manages to throw the ball and get it to the receiver. Drew Brees took tons of sacks. Just like with Joe Burrow, played with a bad old line. Shedeur Sanders did the same thing. So Giants, y'all really messed up. Y'all just trying to make this man look bad because he's confident in himself and he knows what he brings. That's it. You don't like the fact that what he said. If you're not trying to change the culture franchise, don't draft me. They'll realize it sooner or later. But anyways, that is all for today's episode. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. I'm Devin, and I'm signing off.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show.